All right, nice. Now let me turn on the video. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Or
Sounds pretty good on my end.
okay, cool. Awesome, let's go. Camera is on, everything's recording, it's working perfectly. They tell me I couldn't do this myself. Awesome. Hey guys, nice to see you guys. It's been a while. And finally as well, I think I've never done this like during my daytime. So it's nice to speak to you guys when the sun is up on this side of the world. Apologies to everyone in Europe. They must be sleeping right now, but I thought of like sort of testing these different timings to see like one, to be able to speak live to everyone in the community, and then two, to also see which of these timings actually get the best traction or people in. So yeah, nice. It's really, really cool to have you guys here. So quite a bit to catch up on. Not too many bombs. I guess we're keeping a lot of what we want to do and what we want to launch when the market gets better. I hope you guys were able to buy the dip. I don't know with what money, but the dip keeps on dipping. So everybody says it's a gift, but most of my shit is in Bitcoin and Ethereum anyway, so I can't buy back. Yeah, but yeah, DCA is really important. You're right. For me, I'm fully in the crypto. I'm not into. I've not been using fiat for the last 5 years unless I need to. So it's there's not much DCA for me. It's mainly from long-term investments. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. So nice to have you guys here. I'll just give you guys a bit of updates on where we're at. So it's been quite a few weeks since we launched. I think realistically, looking at where we're at in terms of the token, we sort of knew that, we sort of know that everybody's sort of one, waiting for all the things to sort of launch, two, to see how the market is getting better. So reality is, in terms of transactional volume and token movement, it's a bit slow. But I mean, it's literally the whole market. It's either slow or it's crashing. So let's be sort of happy with slow. Knowing that anyways we have quite a bit in our treasure chest for the buybacks in the future once things start picking up. So that's a bit reassuring. That's one. Two, in terms of the last few weeks where I've been sort of away from the chats and socials a bit, sort of really focused so that we are ready when the market picks up. I mean, I think it's really going to pick up towards like the last week of November and the first 2 weeks of December, just before Christmas. If it doesn't, then sadly for us, it's only going to pick up like, most likely, end of Jan, early Feb. So that's going to be it. But I think there's going to be some small momentum. I mean, we can tell it's 100% market manipulation. There's just so many positives in the market right now. So many good announcements, so many positives. But the price keeps going down. Obviously, it's not retail selling. I don't think any of us is selling. Like, why would we be selling right now when it's in the red? So it's obviously to shake off the paper hands. Obviously, to build the FOMO. Right now, with all this uncertainty, once the market starts to pick up, this is where everybody will just be illogical because of like this whole stretch of red, and not want to sort of miss out on whatever once the market starts pumping. So it's just pure manipulation and pure psychology there, I think. So hopefully, so we'll see how it goes. So that's that. On our end, ourselves personally on the team, so we've been working on like making sure everybody has like are able to claim their tokens, have the right numbers, etc., and all that. The past week, it's been mainly, I think, user and browser issues. Browser issues, like just general issues, but mainly user issues. So we've been helping people out one by one to sort of really teach them how to use the platform or how to use the wallet in general. I think that's what I've been doing the past few weeks, teaching people how to use wallets. But I really like to take these moments to sort of really, I think, especially during these times where it's quiet times or red times where people get to learn how to really use their wallets, understanding transactions on their wallets, etc., and all that. So I think it's no time lost. For me, I think it's a good thing. I know some people might be thinking like, why doesn't the team sort of like grow or get bigger, and why is Josh doing this? I think for us, I mean, we've learned from our own projects. We've seen many projects. I think for us right now, keeping lean is the best strategy, especially in the reds. The biggest mistake is thinking like, wow, we've got 2.5 mil, let's grow the team, let's build faster, let's build bigger. Usually that, and we've seen 99% of the time, market like the companies just crash after 1 or 2 years, right? We've seen it ourselves as well, like most of all our teams, all of us are just doing this right now for free. I mean, obviously we are bag holders, we hold tokens, so we're just waiting for the token to pump. That's the truth, and that's the reality. Everybody's doing this for something. But for us, thinking of like getting a dev team of 3, where each of them are getting paid between 3,000 to 5,000 US, a social media manager, etc., and all of that sort of adds up. 50,000 per annum, 50,000 per annum, or huge team adds up to like $250,000 to $500,000 per year. And then suddenly we have no money for buybacks. So it's a very conscious decisions of us really taking it slow, growing slowly. Anyways, now the market is slow, so let's just take the opportunity to really sort of do this ourselves and do this properly. That's one. Two, there's the whole spending on marketing as well. Everybody's like, oh, when are we moving the needle there? I mean, there's a few things, right? Like CoinMarketCap. Having conversations with them, there's like, oh, we can help you guys, like get your logo on and, put the right numbers. All you need to do is pay $5,000. We can do that. Do we want to do this now, or do we want to sort of align our ducks and get everything ready to sort of do that? Yeah, CoinMarketCap have been asking between 5 to 50,000 with a 10K monthly retainer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like, I can't believe how much money they must be making there. But also conversations with like Spaces and KOLs on when and how to join them. They thought like, getting our products and all our ducks aligned and waiting for the market to pick up so we can sort of like shoot everything in one shot. So that's pretty much, in terms of general updates and what we are doing for us in general on the back end. So one, that whole part was of like getting people on board, getting them to claim and making sure they have the right numbers. That's sort of done. I think 99% is sorted. That 1% are still the people who are struggling. So that's a skill issue rather than a platform issue. So those there's not much we can do there. We will try to help as much as we can, but we'll see how it goes. What we've been building is our 2 main products that I've been sort of talking about even before and now. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure nobody's calling me because I'm offline. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep, can still hear you.
Okay, cool. I was just afraid somebody's calling me just in case I got disconnected or something. It sometimes happens. Sorry for that. So for us, we've been focused on those 2 main things. One is pump balls, obviously, and the PvP arena. So that's pretty exciting. I'll share my screen later and share you guys what we've been building and explaining a bit. And then 2 is basically our whole bot swarm or our whole market maker that we're sort of looking at to build and launching. This whole decentralized market making that we're building is going to start. It might seem at the start like quite a bit controversial because it is controversial. It's something that's existed in like, even pre-crypto market making has always existed, but not in the crypto space, not in the decentralized and DEX sense because it's like 100% transparent. Whereas market making is totally legal, that they exist for a reason. But it's just that when crypto arrived, it just became a bit out of hand. Just to explain you guys what market making is about is usually it started like those early finance days, right? When you're trading stocks. So if somebody wants to buy like shares of like, oh, I want to buy $100 of Apple shares. It's not as if somebody who owns the Apple shares are like awake 24/7 or like there in front of their desk and say like, oh, okay, you can buy and trade mine. So basically what market makers are all about is like, keeping these books open and to enable this sort of trading to happen during trading hours, and now in crypto during those 24 hours. That's sort of the main reason why these market makers exist. There's other different reasons as well, sort of like, also sort of, ensure that, the price is like not as volatile and all those kind of things, but that's another thing. In crypto, it's sort of changed a bit. We have the usual suspects of like, the Binance and BitGets working with their with their Wintermute and DWFs. It's a bit different because projects usually pay these market makers between $500 to $10 million. I think that's sort of average price range, and a lot of it is also with their tokens. So part of doing their market making role, one is they also have to make money, and most of the time it's through dumping the tokens because they have a huge allocation on it. Two, because they are aware of leverages and what's in the books, they're able to sort of, when a project is doing really well, they're able to sort of rebalance the price and lower it down by making sales so that they make money and the project makes money. That's sort of their role. That's one. Two, when a project might be totally dead, they can use the money and the tokens that they have to sort of create big volume. So all of this is sort of like behind the scenes of the Texas, nothing that we can really tell and really know, and it's not as regulated as the stock market. So it's basically it's just my personal point of view. So to avoid any legal issues, it's just my thought is just pure market manipulation. But anyways, that's a whole other conversation. For us, we do want to take that concept because we want to bring it to a more transparent and decentralized space. When I say transparent, so everything's open in a blockchain and people can see, sort of help projects like ourselves that just launch to meet certain requirements by putting in a bit of life. So, like being like, why should we pay CoinMarketCap to sort of be listed just because we don't have enough trading volume? I mean, that's normal as a chicken and egg issue, right? It's like we need to grow. We need people to know about us. It takes time organically so that we don't rush paying KOLs who's going to dump on you. So we don't rush doing fake bots or trading. So for us to grow organically, it takes time and we need help. And these are what these market makers are for. One, two, it also helps. It also helps our own community to be able to cash out, especially those whales, etc., and all that. Because eventually, you do buy to want to cash out. To be able to cash out, and we can use the buybacks that we raised to sort of maintain a certain normalcy in the price. That's two of the main reasons. When we sort of launch and announce it, it might be controversial. So we'll have to launch a few articles, Reddit threads, X threads, sort of really explain what we are building to get people on board. And already it's all about transparency. It's not about creating fake volume or trying to manipulate the market. It's actually the opposite from that, with the transparency that we have. And we are hoping that other projects would sort of like either follow our leads or use whatever we're building. Yeah. So that's sort of the theory in general. Maybe it's a bit better if I share with you guys sort of how it works. So this is so these are all. Give me a second. To okay, guys, I need to quit and come back. Sorry, change my front end, so I had to I had some security stuff that was turned on. I'll be back. Give me a second.
You got some crazy sound effects coming out on this end.
Sorry?
For a second there is making all kinds of crazy robot and static kind of weird sounds.
Oh, my bad, guys. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So basically what I'm talking about is, and we're going to do this at the start. And again, there's going to be a lot of education. Like, so on our end, we will obviously give you guys a lot of info on how we're going to do it, why we're going to do it, how it's going to work on the back end. But we also got to put like the whole philosophy and like manifestos and why we're doing it, not just from the technical side, but also from the logical side of what we're doing, because as it is what it is. Like it's basically having bots trading, but that's basically what market making is. It's bots trading. So sort of how it sort of works. Let me sort of restart this. So just imagine we assign $50,000 to a bunch of bots. So what we do is we have 600. For I think right now our calculations is we have, and these are based on real calculations based on like market makers, how they work, token liquidity, depth of liquidity, token price, and market cap, etc., and all that. So what we do is we provide 50K to about 400 bots. They can easily do 1 million worth of transactional volume per day. So that's a lot. That's a lot of trading. Basically, usually would sound look like that. So these are not random lights turning on and off. This are actual bots trading, but it's not real trade. They're not on chain right now. They're doing trade simulation based on like based on what happens in the market, what happens on chain, and you can see sort of their history here as well. So what it does is, what we want to do is at first try to maintain certain sort of consistent pricing and market cap. Two reasons. One is like we want a nice and low entry sort of people to come in. So we're going to sort of maintain that sort of lower price, which we're going to target around launch price. And two, we want that market cap as well, so that it remains a low cap gem for a while, even with people FOMOing in. That's sort of the reason. So as you guys can see, like we've launched barely for like 2 minutes. So this is a real timer with real volume. And it's about 9K volume already, and it sort of maintains around this price. This is not our exact launch price. This is just, I didn't want to have so many zeros, so it's just a simulation. Now, so what happens is, so what if during this trade, so this is the bot capital. This is like how much we give the bots to sort of trade. So it's like 50,000. The bots, there's like 400 of them. Each of them slightly have about like 125K to trade. So buy and sell, buy and sell. That's sort of what we do. And we sort of give them certain rules. And just to sort of follow ours, so this is the token price, the market cap, and also liquidity depth. So what happens when you have somebody in the community who like, oh, I need to cash out, oh, I want to buy something, or I need the cash, I just want to cash out because I want to cash out. What happens if they cash out 10K, for example? So if they cash out 10K, basically, so this is like whale sells 10K, boom, you see a huge dip. But what it does is like, so within like 2 or 3 minutes, it will start building. You can see the net flow because there's a huge dip, so they start losing there. So they'll start building that net flow back a bit. And within like 5 to 10 minutes, they'll go back to market price. That's to the price we sort of give them to sort of target. To show you guys how sort of it really works, I need to like be a bit quicker here. It's like, so for example, a whale sell, you see all the bots start panicking, so all of them start panic buying. So it's sort of like be able to maintain that. So they bought the dip all at the same time. You can see here in the logs as well. And then they will start slowly sort of buying back again in a more natural way once they sort of like covered most of the dip, so that they can reach that that price target. Obviously the bot, well, this bot is not a money-making bot. We're not trying to make money from this bot. We just need sort of sufficient sort of funds to make sure we can hold the dips. So you can see now it's growing. It's growing towards the target price naturally. So when people start to buy as well, because we want to have that target price, so like like a whole bunch of people start buying and it goes to like 6. It will also, you see the net flow is like plus 14. It will also start selling its token so that it sort of like maintains that sort of, token price that it's looking for, but also that it sort of maintains its net flow and bought capital. That's sort of the goal right now. Why we don't want to let it pump? I think right now at this stage, like I said, it's all about entry. We want to have as many people as possible come in at the right price. That sort of so that people don't like, oh, I'm going to wait for the dip and then they never come in, or maybe the dip never comes, or it just becomes too high as sort of like an entry level for most people in terms of market cap and token price. And they're just going to be like, oh, I don't want to join this community because I'm never going to be part of it. For us, what's really important for the long term, especially before we go on to KEX, especially when we look at more than one cycle, is try to really grow and have as many people as we can who are interested to join us at this stage. So we want to give equal opportunity, just like the FAF, to everyone. Obviously, right now, for that token price, I think our goal would be sort of like above FAF. How much above, whether it's going to be 2x or 10x or 1.5x, we will see how it goes. And obviously, with this, we will also be able to sort of work with the markets as well. So, for example, if like there's green candles everywhere, 2 things we can do, because now we're showing the bots, but obviously there's going to be people buying and selling as well. 1, we can either turn it off, or 2, we can say like, hey guys, there's really huge green candles. I think it's an opportunity for us to like, create some FOMO in the markets as well. Let's trigger 2x. So this is what the bots can do with that 50K capital. They can sort of start building, can build towards that sort of 2x price range, and then they'll start maintaining there. So basically, this is what we are building, and this is what we want to build. It's really sort of to really help us maintain much more control, to be able to like not get wrecked in general, but also to be able to sort of like follow the flow of the market. That's what we sort of
says that this is a
yeah. Oh, I thought it was saying something. Yeah.
Says it's a financial advisor fee.
What?
The AI says that this is a financial advisor fee.
Sizable.
Yeah. I'll just mute him. I don't think he's meant to speak to us. Okay. Yeah. So that's sort of since if you were trying to talk to us, maybe you can just message first. I think you didn't mean to speak in the group. Anyway, so this is sort of what we're building right now in terms of how we're going to use the buybacks. So 1, it makes the buybacks last much faster. 2, it's going to make it like much more organic instead of like just us buying like, oh, there's a dump or there's a dip. So it's going to be on the stretch for the long term. And as you can see, like eventually these bots, they spend $0 and we have like $1 million in terms of transactional volume. So that's going to enable people to sort of really cash out, us not spending any money from the buybacks, and our tokens still be stable. So that's pretty much how we look at it. And obviously we have to be hyper transparent in terms of like which are these bots, part of the whole market making swarm, etc., and all that. How do they work? What are the laws? I mean, like the whole math and algorithm behind it. That's sort of what we sort of need to be transparent about, so that people don't sort of create FUD around it. For me, I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who has had this idea, and it's something that is going to grow in our space, because that's the biggest issue right now between KEX and DEX. 1 is like being listed on DEX is just like ridiculously expensive, just for you to have both the KEX and the market maker dump on the community, and doing all this, black box behind the scene trades So we have no idea what's actually being bought by the community, sold by the community, etc., and all that. So that's that. And then there's the DEX part of things where it could be hyper volatile and also like totally uncontrollable for the sake of transparency, which I mean, decentralization and transparency are great concepts, but I think we need to look at how we can sort of really be able to sort of at least give people and especially projects some control, but at least transparent control so that people know that they're not manipulating or doing anything illegal or bad or not transparent. So that's pretty much it. For me, with regards to this is more to show how we're going to sort of slowly build stability in our token. That's one. Two, having 1 million transactional volume means that for you guys, and especially for those FAF purchases, those you guys who bought FAF or those of you guys who buy it now, because once we sort of launch it, we're going to wait for it to like, either 1.5 to or 2x from FAF. You'll be able to cash out without having that sort of, I know a lot of people have like either that guilt of dumping on the community, or second, slippage just becomes like too high, you just lose too much. So you sort of, instead of, like for me, I would advise with this kind of concept to be sort of like stagger your sales. So like sell like 1,000, like 1,000 per day. That's like, if you do that every day for 30 days, that's 30,000 per month. And it doesn't crash the token. So that's sort of a way to look at it. So you don't lose in slippage, you don't wreck the token, and everything just sort of, you're able to cash out naturally. So I think that's sort of the way to go. It just gives an opportunity to everybody, and without killing the project. So that's that. So it's actually a huge part. It seems like a very back-end thing, but actually it's a huge part of us sort of really be able to sort of help our community and grow and maintain the project for the long term until we reach the tier 1 KEX. Yeah, so that's sort of it. Let me read the chat for a second. Okay. Do we have opportunity to use it? No, I mean, that's basically a project basis thing, but we will, if there are projects that are launching, we will give the opportunity for the projects to use them as well. We might charge a transaction fee or something like that. We've not really looked at it. The main purpose for us right now was not to monetize this yet. We will see how it goes. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on this. So this is really what we're working on. This is the big thing, so that we can sort of like really put our buybacks fund into it, and then hopefully when we start marketing, we'll be able to sort of leverage this so that everybody will be able to sort of make some money and cash out from it. That's the whole goal of it. So that's that. We'll be slowly announcing this, like not exactly announcing the product per se, but we'll slowly be announcing our thoughts and philosophy around market making in the open, in public. So that's sort of what we are doing, to sort of see how the market reacts to it. That's one. Two, I also need a sort of few weeks of testing to make sure everything is okay, and then we'll sort of launch it. But when you launch it, these dashboards are going to be sort of public on our website, so people can really see what's sort of happening. Obviously, without the buttons, because those are going to be something on the back end. But the rest is sort of so people can really see like the wallet numbers of the bots, part of the swarm, etc., and all that. What's the budget? When and how do they buy? Because I think it's not just about buying dips. So they buy big dips, but it's also just to sort of maintain stability in the token price. So we're going to sort of put all that out in the open. So that's pretty much it. That's that. Then what we're sort of building right now is, so this still has the Musky Balzac branding because we're working on the back end. We've evolved from Musky Balzac to Balls right now. So this is sort of, and it's without all the images and the fancy stuff. I'm working on the back end still, especially on the PvP side. So this is the no-code launchpad that we're going to launch. So it works pretty much exactly the same as every other no-code launchpad. Is basically you go to the platform, you like certain tokens, you want to buy them, you click them, you purchase them, everything using balls at this stage. So our own token. We will. So with that said, because everybody was asking when staking after the claim, basically this our Pump Balls will have integrated staking into it, so that one, you have ease of access to purchase the tokens that you like. Two, at least with that ease of access, your token is making money on the side. We're obviously not going to put 19 APY for that. That was just for FAF. It's going to be, this APY will be more dynamic. So it's going to be based on like how many tokens are staked, our LTV, LTVL, etc., and all that. So that's going to be a bit more math into it, but it's going to start between like 4 to 6%, and then it will grow depending on how the platform grows. There's going to be that. Part of this as well is, like we said, we're going to have like a solo leveling trading. So to sort of reward those who trade really well in terms of choosing the tokens, buying and selling, etc., and all that. That's one. Two is PvP as well. We have PvP of humans against bots. So we will leverage and use the swarm bots that we create for our market making. We'll put it here where you can trade against them and see who are better traders, forming as teams, or you can be human versus humans. I really think the next form of entertainment is going to be live trading. I know it might seem weird, but it's like really starting up in a lot of spaces. I mean, just look at it this way, right? This is how I see it, and I think a lot of people are starting to see it as well. I mean, you see it with prediction markets, etc., and all that. I think the finance world, both crypto and traditional finance, are going to a phase where people are just being honest that a lot of it is skill, but a lot of it is gambling as well. And there's two types of gamblings, right? There's when you go to the casino and you go to like the slot machine and it's just dumb gambling. And then second, there's sort of one that requires skill, which is like poker, etc., and all that. And I think a lot of people are starting to see trading a bit of mix of both, where it could be pure luck, but it also could be a mix of skills. And just like people who love to watch poker players play against each other, I think a trend will start to grow where people would like to watch this other type of skilled gambling where traders trade against each other. So I think that's something that's going to be really popular. So obviously with it, we're gonna also add on live streaming to it, so you can solo trade. So we're looking at content creation like Pump Fund, where they pay token creators to sort of stream live and share their tokens. We're not going into that direction. We think that direction might actually die because it just opens up to the weirdest shit, right? Like we've seen how it shut down a few times because of like the weirdest things that people do to shield their token. I think we're going to take another approach where people who are trading and want to teach how they trade, to want to just flex their skills and show people how good they are at trading, and also in a competitive way. So we'll create that. So we will build that whole content creation part on the trading side rather than the token creation side. That's sort of the whole plan. So this, to launch this, we will launch it in multiple phases. The traditional no-code launchpad with staking, this is targeted 15 days from now, so like sort of mid-December. We're doing our final test and then we're going to launch. So that's that. We're gonna give you guys finalized dates, and then once that's sort of on and working and everything's working smoothly, we'll start introducing the solo leveling and the PvPs, including the swarm bots coming in, so you can trade against them. How it's sort of going to work is, so there are going to be tokens created by people who obviously they want to, so like I'm a guy who launched a token on Pump Fund. What I want is to have it to graduate, right? So there's going to be those type of typical tokens. There's going to be other type of tokens where you can solo level and you can sort of PvP against. Those are tokens that are created by our platform. So we will have our own tokens as well. What we're going to do is we're going to sort of screen CT, like so crypto Twitter, like every few hours, see whatever is trending, and then create a token based on it. And then you guys can put in liquidity and you guys can trade, and whatever happens, happens. We're not going to manipulate it, or we're not going to touch it. like we're gonna renounce it and liquidity lock and all that. But whatever happens, happens, and these are the tokens that you guys can trade on. So even if it crashes and dies, basically it's those PvP people who lose, but it's not the token creator, which is us, that sort of like, it doesn't matter if it loses or not. Our goal is not to make money from it. So there's going to be two types of tokens sort of coming in. We sort of took that approach because anyways, Pump Fund, 90% of our tokens are launched by bots who do exactly just that. CZ says something, they just freaking launch a token based on like the words that he used, or Elon Musk, etc., and all that. So that's exactly what's happening. We're just taking that model, but again, we're making it transparent, and we're making, hey guys, this is what's happening and this is what you're doing anyway, so might as well make it transparent and not let those bots sort of profit from it, but you guys sort of make money from it. So yeah. So that's sort of what we're building with Pumball. So those two are the main things. We have other things sort of lined up, as you guys know, from the tech perspective. I think these are really two major ones. For us, we want to launch the market making side of things as soon as possible. So this will be out pretty soon. How are we going to do this? Whether we're going to like straight away put in 15K, 100K, 200K, or just 1K, because we calculated we can even do 1 million transactional volume with like 5,000, for example. We're going to see the market conditions as well, because we will deplete the treasury really fast if we put 50K, and with these market conditions, like sort of everybody just sort of cash out. Like, so, I mean, there's still real math behind it, so we have to be careful on how we do it. So that's going to be dependent on the market. For Pump Balls, it's going to be dependent on the market, but I think we do want to launch it in December no matter what. So even if, the market doesn't pick up, we will just launch it and see how the market takes it. If not, we can launch our own token and just have fun with it for now until the market gets better. So that's sort of how I look at it. So those are pretty much the two big updates on our end in terms of what we've been building and what we're going to put out the next few days. Besides that, so we are speaking to like a few spaces. When I say a few spaces, what I mean is like, so there are companies out there who organize spaces within like the meme space, etc., and all that. So we're going to work with them and we're going to jump on it. We just want to sort of wait for all of this to be out so there's something to talk about besides just balls. We are speaking to a few KOLs. Honestly, I'm not liking those conversations because one, I think they charge really too high. Because like you guys know, we mentioned, so whatever we raise is for liquidity. It's not for marketing, it's not for anything else. So whatever funds that we're using first are all our funds. So everything else, unless we've declared it's for marketing, then it's for marketing. But everything else that we say is for liquidity, then goes to liquidity. And we're not really worried about it. We will start generating revenue, one, when the token sort of goes up, two, when we are launching these platforms. So I think we are okay in terms of generating funds for marketing, and I think we'll grow organically. So there's nothing to worry about there. But yeah, not really liking these conversations with the KOLs that they're charging way too high, both in terms of money and token allocation. Like the money is one thing, but token allocation is like, guys, you're just literally not going to hold. Like we know that. So we will see how it goes. Two, we will start also looking at growing our team and recruiting. That's something that, despite what I said, we are going to look to do, because with everything that's lining up, we need to grow our team. But it's going to be a very slow process. We're going to put things out. We really want to try to sort of promote internally and sort of see if anybody who joins from within our community sort of believe in the project in the first place and understand what we're building. So that will be much better for us than just mercenaries out there who will give us random tips that, you can Google or get from ChatGPT. We get that every day, right? You see that. We don't need that. We're not perfect, but also at the same time, like we are still making mistakes because there's a lot of mistakes to be made, but we also know what are mistakes that's already been made. So we don't need that kind of thing. We need people who really understand what we're building and who understand the market. So we'll see how it goes there, and ramp up marketing in general to get out the market. So that's sort of really much it for me. I'm just looking at the time now. I want to leave some time for a few questions maybe. So it's not just me ranting. So if you guys have sort of any questions, you can, if you're too shy, you can put in a chat or read the chat right now. If you want to speak up, just unmute yourself. I think you should be able to, and then you can just shoot your questions. Okay, let me check out the chat.
Can you please say uwu?
So, can I please what?
Can you please say uwu?
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, long time no speak, man. Okay. That's pretty cool. Anyway, our priorities in terms of recruiting people would be like obviously people who are like really good at generating images, so you can help us sort of create social posts. So we'll look at that. I'll create a sort of link so you guys can contact us. And like I said at the start, you know, all our admins, all our social media people are like working for free. So we will see how it goes there, but we'll work on it. Yeah. Yeah, and thank you guys for explaining in the chat what I'm trying to explain in my own words. Okay, so Mike says, in terms of tokenomics, is there a plan? Yeah, we are updating the website. So, I mean, the tokenomics are pretty much ready. It's pretty much straightforward. I can go for it really quickly. But we're doing a sort of like a major update on our main site. So we're going to add a few stuff, right? We're going to put the tokenomics in. We're going to like how to buy balls, etc., and all that. So that's coming in as well. So we're going to launch the tokenomics on that. But in terms of the tokenomics, is pretty straightforward. And yeah, I'll put this out later so you guys can share if people are asking. So total supply is 10 trillion. We've had a launch price, but obviously went up and down pretty fast from launch. But this was when we put in liquidity. This was the launch price, 0.60 and 5. We sort of did that to have a market cap of 250K. We've put in liquidity. We put in liquidity of 100K. Why we chose 100K was to sort of give both volatility and stability. I think you guys can see even with like 80K, unless you do huge dumps of like 20, 30,000, you know, obviously there's going to be a huge dip. But if you do purchases of like 1,000, it's not that crazy, but it's good as well. So we sort of found that balance there, and we want to have that balance for now. So that's why we chose that number. Our FDV is at 5 million. So again, that's low cap jam, CoinMarketCap and DEX screeners. So DEX screeners, I think by now they have the correct number. Let me see. Yeah, no, not really. I have to like contact them. Because that's the total supply, but not everything is minted because it has to be claimed from FAF and us doing our minting. So FDV is based on total supply, but currently CoinMarketCap and DEX Screener and all those guys, they're using circulating supply. So that's the wrong number here. So this is the correct one. Liquidity will be locked. We wanted to make a marketing thing around it, but the market was dead. But we'll lock it like next week or so. We didn't lock it immediately just in case, you know, like there were any issues and then we had to like sort of update the contract or things like that. But no issues there, so we're gonna just lock it. And everything is true. All the minting is transparent through multi-sig, and we have renounced the contract. So and all of these are sort of, I think you see that on like DEX tools or something. Kind of struggling here. Yeah, so contract is verified, so it's not honeypot, there's no taxes. You should normally say it's renounced here. I don't know why it doesn't say that. Yeah. So yeah, we've got most of the security out. The only thing that is not put out yet, the only thing that we have not announced yet and done yet is the liquidity lock, but we're gonna just do that. I think we'll do that on Monday or Tuesday next week. Then we'll be good. Then in terms of the breakdown of the rest, so what we did to have the 200 market cap is we launched with 5% of our total supply, which is like 500 billion. And then this is the breakdown of the rest. So we have the staking rewards. It's going to go for like the claims that you guys have in the FAF claims. And it's going to go into Pumball staking as well. Then we will have the balls back redemption, which is all the projects. We're updating our balls back. We're just waiting for the market to get better, sort of launch it, because people got rugged and the markets are bad. It's just gonna be just a bad combination there. So we're just gonna wait before we relaunch that. Then there's gonna be a bunch that's gonna go into the launch pad as well in terms of the token. This is the PvP arena when we're going to launch it. So we will need some token availables there. Balls Deep is something that we're going to launch and talk about next year. You guys will see. But basically, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so this is very high level. We're going to update our site and put everything there. Obviously, this is at launch. Things have changed in terms of the market cap and the FDV. But yeah, you guys will see it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions? Let me check out the chat. So when update site, we're targeting. So we're relooking at the UI UX. So I was working on all the other stuff first, but I'm going to start looking at the UI UX of the new site on Friday. So that's tomorrow already. Time really flies. So it's going to take about a week because it's very straightforward. So it's going to be either end of the next week or early the week after. So yeah, that's when in terms of the update. Sorry, it's taking a bit long because we're going to add on quite a few things, because there's quite a few things that we want to talk about, right? We want to talk about this whole market making thing, the updates. We've never really shared about the updates that we're going to do with Pumballs. Right now, people just know it as the no-code platform. So there's quite a bit of things that we need to do. So there's quite a lot there in terms of the coding is one, but mainly the design, sort of make it look good. We're trying to show that we are like a quality project by doing the best sort of front end design that we can do. So it's gonna take about a bit of time there. Yeah. So so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna give me a few hours. I'm gonna give like a sort of a text summary of what we've done. I'm gonna share the video as well. We're gonna in the pipeline as well, because obviously there's so much information, right? We are gonna do like marketing and explainer videos. So like videos like talking about this market making thing, videos talking about our projects in general, so that you guys can also use it for shilling as well. I know those videos will be very helpful with whatever we're doing. So we're creating all of those as well. So yeah, building the whole marketing sort of shilling ammo, and we will share that with the public so you guys can use it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it on my end. I hope that's enough for you guys. It's quite a bit that we're working on our end. so yeah. So thank you guys always for your patience, for supporting the project. Non-financial advice, but like, come on, the dip is pretty low right now. And if you guys see, once the market making thing is out, there's so much opportunity. It doesn't matter how much liquidity you have. It doesn't matter what the token price is. You can just cash out without even like fucking up the whole project. So just saying. So just think about it and have a look. And besides that, have an awesome rest of the week. Like I said, I'll share the video and a summary later. And look forward to speaking to you guys. Cheers.
Thanks, Josh. Peace out, bro.
See you, man. Cheers.